My name is Clarita Santos. I'm Executive Director of Corporate and Civic Partnerships at Healthcare Service Corporation. I have a really early connection with Chinese Mutual Aid Association. So back in the early 90s, I was with the Asian Health Coalition of Illinois. I was a new executive director. When we were looking at some of the health information, health data, there was not much information about what's going on with the Asian American community, specifically around health issues. So we wanted to have an organization that would specifically focus on that, because we want to look at understanding health of everybody. How do we make sure that all communities are represented? I oversee our corporate social responsibility, or some of our grants, where we invest in health outcomes. How do we ensure that communities can be the healthiest that we can be? And we've also supported CMAA and many of the wonderful programs that CMA has done across the life cycle. Health is not only your ability to go to your doctor. People maybe go to their doctor maybe once a year, or maybe 3 times a year. But what about the other 362 days out of the year? It's where you live, work, and play. My daughter is currently a junior at Von Steuben, and she's getting tutoring through one of the through one of the CMA leaders, and it's been wonderful. I want to thank CMAA for that. Our approach is very asset-based, I think, from a public health approach, right? Which is how do you seek to understand and then partner versus partner then understand? So we come from a place of the community knows what it means, our neighbors know what it means, so then what do we do? There's this phrase that I've been using, it's called, find your blister. You know how people say find your bliss? I say find your blister, because a blister is you're willing to work at something, right? Because it's something that's meaningful for you. You're willing to work hard at it, no matter how hard it is, because it's important to you. And for me, that's public health. I talked about my mom being a teacher and my dad being in the Navy. Early on, they taught us this value for service. One of the places where my dad was stationed was Hilliard, Florida. The first thing that we did was we helped clean a church. And I'm like, what are we doing? Just landed? And I remember scrubbing I think it was wooden floors. What I realized is, because we didn't know anyone, my mother's instinct is to lead with service. And so by us, helping to clean the church, that opened us up to meeting wonderful people, being together, being with people who share your values, and working on something that is important to you. That's a form of creating love. There's no other way of saying it, because I think love finds itself in many different forms. I think service is a form of love. And so when you bring communities of people, individuals who have that purpose, I think, to me, that keeps my energy.